Welcome everyone to the Real Whovians cast, episode 509. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Hayden. What's up, Hayden?
Hello, people. How are you? Good?
All
That's good.
right, bro. We just did the Everything show, and now we're talking about Doctor Who. Uh,
Yes.
Now, I know you haven't seen some of the episodes, so why don't you just give me your opinion, because I didn't get your opinion of Series 8 in detail.
Alright. So, let's go for this. Alright. So, I watched the first 10 minutes of episode 1. Turned it off. Um, I don't think it's the fact that the show's getting worse. I think I'm just getting a little too old for it, and I think my taste is just maybe maturing for what I'm watching lately. I think I just kind of am outgrowing it. But I did watch 10 minutes. The dinosaur was just like, yep, seen that crappy CGI before, whatever.
Right.
Then the Paternoster gang, I'm just like, yeah, here we go, a forced lesbian couple and a stupid potato head. That's for the kids, obviously. And then he gets out the TARDIS and he's just walking around talking stuff, and it's like, I've seen this before with every other Doctor. You know, why not try something different? And then he passes out. Did he pass out this time?
Yeah, in the bed he passed out.
And he's in his pajamas like David Tennant and Tom Baker again, and doing his stuff, running off. And it wasn't like, yeah, it was alright. And then there was just this really bad CGI shot of the guy with when he fell down that building and he's got the stake through him on the building.
Okay.
That looked like rubbish.
What about Misty?
Oh, well, I'm getting to that. That's the end of the season. That's ages away.
well, no, she was in that episode.
Was she?
Yeah.
I didn't know she was. Well, I didn't know she was.
She's in a lot of episodes, actually.
Yeah. Well, that episode, that was okay. Like, because I watched it I think it was 2 weeks after that I actually sat down and actually watched it properly.
Okay.
I didn't mind it. Like, it's alright. It was. Yeah, it's alright.
Worth another look, right? Maybe. Another watch. No.
Probably not. Nah.
Yeah. All right. What about Into the Dalek? Well, they mentioned the fantastic,
Let me get into one analysis.
I know you're
After episode 1, I was like, this could be alright. Like, I mean, that was just an introduction episode, so it might have been a bit boring, Then that starts, and it's like, oh, there's a crashing spaceship, and there's some really shocking acting. Because I'd already watched the black and white, unfinished version when it came out before.
Right.
And it's like, Aristotle, a ship's crashing, and it's like, shut up, honestly, shut up. I've seen this. Didn't they do that last season with the crashing ship? Yeah, it was exactly the same as Paul McGann's mini-sode. It just reminded me exactly of that. And it was like, yeah, I've seen this, whatever. Crashes. Oh, look, Dalek, exterminate. Just saw you 3 frickin' episodes ago in the 50th, and you weren't that scary then. And then they go into a Dalek, and it's like, yeah, awesome. This is awesome. This is so much fun. Like, I was on my phone for most of the episode. I felt bad. I was like, because that was the first time that I have sat there and not watched Doctor Who properly, and I was like, what am I doing? I felt really bad, guilty, I've just broken the love of my life's heart.
Right.
I'm an asshole of a boyfriend here. And, yeah, and then I didn't even watch Robot of S.H.I.E.L.D. I watched the spoon fight, and I was like, nah, this is for 2-year-olds.
Oh, wow. I liked that. That was a good episode, actually.
Yeah, well, I skimmed through it, I kind of, clicked on different scenes. I thought, yeah, that was alright, turned it off. Yeah. Then, we got to Listen, and I quite liked it. I liked Listen.
Yes.
But I thought it was absolutely ridiculous how Clara saw the Doctor as a kid. And once again, she's responsible for everything because Stephen Moffat has to make sure his companions are the reason that everything happens to the Doctor because he's an egotist and an asshole.
Yes.
Of course. But the episode was alright. They didn't explain what that thing was in the sheet behind them when they were in the orphanage, though. The thing that was coming up behind them.
Well, it's they didn't explain, midnight either.
Was it just their way of saying it was a kid in a sheet?
Well, here's the thing where there's a crossover with that, because his memory is shot even after he's fully regenerated. So they technically went to Utopia on the last planet because there was only one planet left at the end of the universe, and that's Utopia. So
but not in Stephen Moffat's mind, though. Stephen Moffat invented last planet in the universe.
Everybody knows that's Utopia. You know,
Yeah,
he just copying them. But see, does anybody realize though? And I like Moffat, don't get me wrong, but does anybody realize that he's taking everything from either past Doctor Who episodes or movies? Did anybody see The Time Traveler's Wife?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He took that whole scene in the Pandora Opens, Big Bang, whatever, the Big Bang, where he appears to himself in the future and then he vanishes again. Like they did that, and the whole River Song thing out of time. They're backwards. That's the whole Time Traveler's Wife.
Yep.
Like Last Christmas. I know you didn't see it, but it was Inception. It was
Inception. Did they go into dreams? Oh God.
The whole thing was Whoception. It was Inception. It was Aliens. It was The Thing, and it was Miracle on 34th Street at the same movie.
It was like Amazing Spider-Man 2, but with Doctor Who.
But it was Inception. It was instead of the top, it was a tangerine. I mean, it was Inception. Yeah. Moffat's obviously putting all these movies into Doctor Who, and to me it's so obvious because I watch everything. So I'm
like Doctor Who used to basically be the thing that kind of inspired movies to come up with these plots, but come up with them better. Now Doctor Who's just taking from all the movies.
Everything.
It's
right. Like
they've done
had Rebel Song that time. She said, "You're going to be the death of me." Well, you just took that from Star Wars when Ben Kenobi told that to Anakin.
Yeah.
And Attack of the Clones. I mean, come on. This is we know you're watching what we're watching, but don't put it in Doctor Who though. Just do your own thing, and don't write everything that these other writers are doing. Don't put your hands in the soup. Let them do what they want.
Don't put your hands in the soup.
212.
Oh, I hear my name in the background. 212. Yeah. Don't interfere with anybody's script because why can't you have it like Russell T Davies, where these episodes, some of them were just wow, they're really awesome, and he didn't directly say you can't do this, you can't do that. I mean, I don't understand why he does that.
I've said it 1,000 times how I thought Russell T Davies was the better writer. It's.
He was able to resolve. That's when Moffat was good because Moffat was controlled. Where it was okay, dude, I'm going to help you with your script because it's not perfect, and that's why
It's like George Lucas with the Star Wars, the originals. He had a director who actually went out and did it, and and then he became the director on the prequels, and that's when they went to crap.
It's just absurd, man.
Well, Time Heist was episode 5, was it?
That was crap.
Yeah, that was. I didn't mind that one as much. The ending was crap. I liked the characters though. Who were the two people that were with him? The sidekick characters. That guy with the cyborg thing, the chip plugged into his head. Was that it? Yeah.
I don't like that, dude.
Yeah, I thought he was alright, considering I haven't liked any of the episodes so far. That to me was alright. And then there was the Caretaker, which was this is alright for a drama show or something. It was okay, but the villain, I think it was more about the characters. That one, the villain was just kind of a subplot, which was kind of there, but then they just kind of dropped it for half the episode. Then it kind of came back. And then there was. Yeah, then there was Kill the Moon, and I saw how bad the CGI looked, so I turned it off. Then there was the Mummy, and then it just didn't even move like a mummy. The way the Mummy was moving looked like crap, so I turned it off.
The mission that they were supposed to go on when Amy Rory got married.
Oh, really?
That's the Mummy on Orient Express. They finally did that. That's what that was supposed to be.
Yeah, well, that sucked. I turned it off. And then there was the Flatline. Was it Flatline?
Flatline I liked. You like Flatline?
No, I didn't watch it. I turned it off.
Okay.
I watched the trailer and it just looked stupid, so I didn't watch it. And then there was In the Forest of the Night, which I didn't watch.
Oh, wait, no, you skipped Caretaker.
Yeah, I said I liked that one.
Oh, you liked Caretaker, okay.
Yeah. And then there was the Forest of the Night, which I didn't watch, but my dad came in the room that night and said, "Did you just see that new episode of Doctor Who? What a piece of crap." And I was like, "Nah, I haven't watched it." And he was like, "Yeah, it was rubbish." But then I watched the finale.
Oh, you did?
And I thought, wow, as if they're actually going to scare kids and tell them that nothing happens when you die and all this sort of stuff. Like, why would you freak kids out with stuff like that?
I couldn't believe how far they went with that one.
I was thinking about it and getting scared, thinking about that stuff with the static and being stuck, screaming, help me and stuff. Like, what the hell is that?
That freaked me out. Yeah.
How do you go from In the Forest of the Night, which was apparently like a little kid's story, to you're going to die and you're going to be screaming for help because you're going to be conscious the whole time? Like, what the hell?
That was another movie, though. That was another movie or movies that they did that, like a horror thing.
I've seen that.
Took that from. Yeah, he took that from. But like I was talking with Sharon, and her perspective is actually interesting because I says, how could they do that? It's a television show, and she's like, and her perspective is like, well, if the parent really doesn't want the kid to see it, they won't see it. But
yeah, but if you're gonna make it that dark, why don't you frickin' make the show that dark every week? I would watch it if it was like that every week, where you
can't have a class trip with kids, and then the next time you have a freaking Cybermen coming out of graves. That's like ridiculous.
I think he's trying to copy The Walking Dead by having all these dead bodies and stuff.
Right, but that was just absurd.
And then it was like, I don't get. Were they inside her TARDIS? Is that what that heaven was supposed to be? Is that her TARDIS?
No, that's the Nether. Well, that might be her TARDIS.
Was it the Matrix? Were they in the Matrix?
There was the Nether Sphere is like the Matrix kind of a little Matrix of Gallifrey type of thing. But then
so
still. But see, the thing is that they're still alive though in there. Like he still.
Anything. They didn't explain how she got out of Gallifrey or how she regenerated from John Sim or anything. It was like, what?
No, and they didn't say like why did she recruit those people in every episode of Doctor Who Series 8, and then where are they? They never appeared.
Were they trying to say that every human that had ever died in every single year since the Earth began were all in that Neversphere?
No. You only saw Danny Pink and that kid. I didn't see anybody in the Nethersphere else.
Yeah, but the Brigadier was supposed to be a Cyberman too, though, wasn't
he? Yeah, but the thing with that where made no sense was that, like, you just kind of get into different things. I mean, technically, like, my belief, is obviously, like, he's in heaven. I mean, that's not, like, he left his body and he's wherever. Like, you don't stay in your body in the grave for, like, friggin' decades. I mean, that's just, like, ridiculous, or years. That's just... And then it's actually the Brigadier that's a Cyberman. That's hell in itself.
Well, that was... Yeah. What was the first part called? Well, that was you again. What's the first part called of the...
It's called Dark Water.
Yeah, that... Why? Did he call it that because he knew he was going into Dark Water with the audience because of the themes he was exploring?
I mean, the fact that the Master became a female, I could see the Master doing that to screw with the Doctor purposely. But the whole Stephen Moffat pushing the Doctor is going to be a female, it's overboard. And everybody voted, and they voted against it on one of the sites that they said, no, we don't want it. Like, over 57%, I think. So, like, don't turn the Doctor into a female, okay? Not now, at least.
No, I don't want to say it.
But he's just pushing his nonsense. Like, all right, the Master's a female, fine, but the Doctor doesn't have to be female too.
No, I mean, I thought that's why he made Master a female because he wasn't going to do the Doctor.
Right, and the Clara doesn't have to be the savior of everything. Okay.
And you don't have to put her face in the opening credits. Clara
It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
I am the Doctor. Fuck off. Sorry for the language.
When I saw that, I got so pissed.
Oh. Well,
I was so pissed.
I watched part 1 and I kind of liked it because I thought, obviously, it's Stephen Moffat. Nothing's going to be explained in episode 2, so I may as well enjoy it while it's unanswered.
Yeah.
But then I watched episode 2. I watched the Clara scene. I'm like, this is crap, and I just skipped to the end and watched the end.
The guy just doesn't explain anything.
Although I did like when she was screwing around with Osgood saying that she's going to kill her. I did like that.
That was good, but then it left a bad taste in people's mouths about Osgood because
was that the Zygon Osgood, or was that Osgood?
That was Osgood, but people said, well, why create a character that people love and then just kill her off like that? Like, he did the opposite. Because when
but he didn't. Yeah. He didn't
No,
even
but
have enough time to give people to like her. She was only in one episode. Why didn't you actually give her a couple of episodes and then kill her off? Why
no,
just
but
give
the
one
thing was that when he killed off Strax, people were pissed, and that
episode?
started the whole Paternoster promo, where how could you kill off Strax? We want to see them again. So he changed his mind, and he kept everything was Paternoster gang.
I hate the Paternoster gang so
No, but I'm
much.
saying, like, so now why is he? And everybody was saying, well, he never kills anybody off. So now he listens, and people are not happy that Danny Pink and Osgood are dead now.
But he kills off the decent characters. Why don't you kill off Clara? Because she's boring as a freaking toadstool. She's
Well,
so...
here's the thing. Like, I mean, she's in series 9 full now.
Yeah, I heard about
We
that.
have her. She's going to be the longest running companion. And
Yeah.
I said this in previous casts before. People don't understand. I said he goes for records. He doesn't care about. He wants to be. His doctor was the longest doctor. His
doctor lived for
doctor
1,000
saved
years.
Gallifrey. His doctor saved Gallifrey.
Companion was alive a million times and saved the Doctor more than
When
any
he
other
wrote
companion.
the doctor was married. When he wrote the doctor, it's like the doctor had a child. I mean, this is like ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
he created the doctor that did the Time War. I mean, he did this. He used up like all the regenerations so the doctor would get new regenerations. Like, why does he have to be the one that decides that, Moffat? Like, I mean, and then Clara, just everything. Clara saved Amy and Rory's marriage because she got that. Like, it's like really like she's part of that. It's like in the Silent of the Daleks. Like, Clara gets him out of retirement. Clara, she chooses the TARDIS for him. She friggin' what?
Here's what you should do. Reboot it. Just reboot it. Just go back, wipe the continuity clean, and just start again. I'm done. Like, I don't know where you can go with the storyline. He's done everything possible. Like, there's too much. Now when he goes to a planet, it's like, why isn't Clara there? Because she's going to save him. It's like, why isn't this there?
The one thing that he writes, and he has his writers write Capaldi, though, which I don't like, he doesn't remember anything. He's trying to make it that he's so old he don't remember. He can't remember Madame de Pompadour. He has to delete people from his memory because he's 2,000 years old. Like, what are you talking about? Tom Baker explained that if he had too many memories, he just would fix it or whatever.
How does he remember stuff like, how does he remember the Great Intelligence, but he doesn't remember Madame de Pompadour, which was like way more recent?
He was in love with, yeah, like that's ridiculous.
Well, he doesn't remember Rose Tyler next?
He probably won't. This incarnation is just weird.
Yeah.
No, I don't see. He started doing that with Matt Smith, and I got pissed with that. Oh, I'm old. I just can't see it anymore. Sometimes like you're looking in your garden, you can't see in your backyard, but other people can see with a fresh perspective. He did that with Matt Smith, but now he keeps doing the old stuff. Dude, do you think you're old? I want to tell Moffat. Do you think you're old? Do you feel that you're old? That you have to put your real life into Doctor Who? Stop trying to make it that he's freaking too old to see it anymore, or too old where he can't even see that Clara's old or young. Like, what is the matter with you? You can't tell the difference between Strax and Clara. And I know that was a regeneration thing, but it still didn't get cleared up after that. Like, he's just so ridiculous. Like, are you trying to be sarcastic that he really can see this and that? He's just being sarcastic constantly. Because I don't like it. I don't like the dark stuff either. Like, he did some things, and I was just like, why is he got to be making him so dark? It's beyond dark. I mean, I love Peter Capaldi, but like, cut it out already with writing him that way.
Yeah.
Like, Kill the Moon, he's like, it's not my planet. I'm like, what are you talking about? That's your home, like your second home. He's like, I don't give a crap about that. And he leaves her. He leaves Clara to decide what to do. Like, since when?
All right, guys. This is some breaking news. I just thought I'd let you know over the air.
Okay.
An Air Asia flight from Indonesia to Singapore has gone missing with 162 people on board.
What?
And they've lost contact with it. It's going to be another one of these MH370s.
Oh,
Great.
that is unbelievable.
I know.
I'm going to be watching the news after this. Unbelievable.
Well, we had this. There's a lot of rubbish going on lately. We had that thing in
We're gonna
Sydney.
talk about that on Everything Show.
Yeah.
I don't want to get off the topic with Doctor Who. It is a massive story, which I actually was going to create a show starting in January about
Matrix news.
the news. No, actually, I'm going to call it. I'm up and down with the title what I'm going to call it, but it's going to be a show just based on real headlines, like real news. So,
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But yeah, Series 8, we're going to wrap it up. I don't know what I'd give it. I think I would give it a 4 out of 10.
well, before you give it a rating, when you do decide to watch the whole thing in its entirety, then come back and tell us what you feel it is.
I just don't know if I think I want to watch it though. I just don't. I know,
actually. But I felt that way sometimes, but I watch it anyway. I wasn't looking forward to Last Christmas. I gotta say, I wasn't. And I watched it, and then I hated it the first time I watched it, and the second time I watched it, I didn't hate it, but I was just like,
I think, but we shouldn't lower our expectations and lower our opinion on Doctor Who and just think, yeah, that's okay, just because we're getting sick of Moffat's crap. We should still have the same high expectations.
Exactly. And not for nothing, I did do Last Christmas. I did the cast, but a lot of people didn't do the Last Christmas right away.
Yeah.
People were just like, all right, like days later.
This is the problem I have with the Doctor Who community. All the fans are so bloody piss weak in sharing their opinions. They just sit there. They're like, well, it was okay, I guess. Moffat, at least he got some of it right. And the Doctor Who fans are so busy trying to be nice to each other that they're sitting there and just thinking, oh, nah, it's all right. Like, you go on the forums for Doctor Who TV, everyone, I'll read some of them. They just try to be so nice to each other. It was like, that was the perfect episode. Then some of them are like, oh my god, 10 out of 10, that was an amazing episode. It's like, shut up, there's nothing amazing about it. Go watch freaking a proper film. That's what you call amazing. You don't sit there and watch an hour-length Christmas special with Doctor Who. It's not amazing in any way, shape, or form.
And that's why, like, when we do the Real Whovians cast, if I don't like it, I don't like it. I don't beat around the bush. I don't lick anybody. I'm not looking for an interview.
It's an opinion. At the end of the day, your opinion is your opinion.
Right.
You're not sitting there and saying, this episode's crap. That's a fact. This is an objective opinion. I'm saying,
we have many people on the show we've had for since it started where everybody's opinion does not reflect my opinion. Okay, we've had people that agreed with me. We have people that totally disagree with me. We have people that weren't like in between, and that's what's the best part of the Real Whovians cast. It's like you and I are doing this today, right? Tomorrow I'll do with all these other people because it's hard to get everybody together, with holidays. But we have many opinions, okay, and it's not perfect 10, perfect 10, perfect 10, perfect 10. It's dude, you had like Last Christmas, and we got some problems here. In my opinion, we got some serious problems here, okay, that Moffat needs to wake up because I'm telling you, the ratings already dipped, and they did dip, and they're going to dip again if he doesn't straighten out these scripts.
I think, I don't know, maybe people are outgrowing the show, like maybe people like me. There's a lot of people who I've been watching on YouTube reviewing the show who have the same little nitpicks that I do. And I think the thing about Doctor Who fans is that they just love... If you don't agree with someone about Doctor Who, you are an idiot. You are an absolute
right. Like people attack people.
But we'll get dislikes on this. I guarantee. And people will comment, "Your opinion's stupid because you aren't a kid. The show's for kids." And it's like, don't put things in there about nothing happening when you're dying and that you're going to scream forever. If the show's
and then I have people like telling me how my opinion's wrong, which that's why it's called an opinion. Okay, it's not going to be changed, but I have a right to be that opinion. Okay, you don't have to attack my whole thing and like why I don't like it. And then when I do like it, everybody's like, all right, that's cool. Okay, like honestly, like the whole thing with the Magician's Apprentice, that's supposed to be the next title. Well, he looks like a magician. Clara is his assistant. They said something about using Harry Houdini in Series 8 that they never did. So obviously they're doing that, or it's going to be something to do with it.
Are they going to introduce like a new young male companion?
I don't know, or whatever. But people tell me, no, this is what it is. You don't even script. Is okay. For everybody that didn't know, Moffat threw the scripts out for Series 9. The moment she stayed, he threw it out. He said, I threw out all the scripts. I ripped them up. I threw them out. So there was nothing said at that point on what Series 9, Episode 1 is going to be, right? He just recently wrote it. Okay, so you have no idea what Series 9, Episode 1's about. Just because you have the title and they said it in Mishish. They mentioned the magician in Last Christmas. I know you didn't see it. And people are like, this is what it's about. You have no idea what it's about. Like, people think that they got to know what it is. Like, they know what it is. And, oh, my God, I'm going to have to be they're going to be the first to scoop the thing. Dude, who cares? Like, nobody knows what Series 9 is yet. Okay? We heard rumblings that River Song is back. We've heard rumblings that Roger Moore is in it, and I'm even predicting that if Clara does leave, she'll become the head of Torchwood, and they'll bring Captain Jack in or something. I think so, because that's the way they'll get her out of there without killing her. They'll just have her be on Earth doing her own thing.
I'd love to see that Torchwood come back.
You know, I envision that's the way to have her without her getting killed, and Danny Pink and her will do stuff.
I want to see Martha and Mickey come back.
Yeah, me too.
Because considering they were probably my favourite companions of the Russell T Davies era.
Yeah.
And I guess Wilfred's getting old now. Like, Bernard Cribbins isn't going to live forever. You know, get him back while you can.
I just wish everybody would just respect everybody's opinions. If you don't like the episode, that's okay. If you like it, it's okay. But you know, everybody just like massacring each other. It's just absurd.
But the Doctor Who fandom is literally divided in three. There's the people who are like, just accept anything, and they're just like, yeah, that's fine, you know, Moffat, at least he tried. Then there's the people who are like, this is absolute crap, like me. And then there's the people who are like, nah, this show is the best thing ever. Moffat is an absolute genius. The plot holes don't matter. It's not. There's so many plot holes. It doesn't matter. No, they were explained. Like, you know, the people in Doctor Who are like, nah, there's no plot holes. There's nothing wrong with it. It was fine. There is plot holes, because it's a mess. There's like 17,000 plot holes probably in the last 5 years, and it doesn't.
People have wrote a book on it. That's how many plot holes there was.
No, they haven't.
There's a book. There's actually a book out that someone's saying this. Yeah.
Well, I remember when we used to do videos like a year, 2 years ago. We used to do videos on these specific plot holes and go on how the 50th is going to solve them. They still haven't been solved.
I know.
They still haven't told us anything.
Honestly, I'm up to almost 2,900 videos, right?
Yeah.
I've done technically thousands of videos on Doctor Who. I don't even know if there's anybody that's done as many videos on Doctor Who as I am.
I don't know if there's any
as I have.
Videos.
I'm going to find out. I'm going to find out when the Guinness Book of World Records contacts me, because that's what's being investigated now, because I want to see if I got the record for the most videos on Doctor Who. But I do Doctor Who videos because I love Doctor. Dude, I was watching it today on and off from doing laundry. I was even talking to Caroline, like she was watching it too. Every time it's on, I watch it.
Yeah.
I watch it every time I turn the channel, I see it on, I watch it. I watch like each episode. Everybody makes fun of me, right? I watch it like I don't know how many times to get an open mind. Dude, like I have like a Doctor Who shower curtain. My sister bought me tons of Doctor Who stuff. I'm going to put up the Doctor Who shower curtain. Okay.
Oh, trust me, I'm still getting Doctor Who presents. This Christmas
I have my Doctor Who blanket. Okay. I have my Doctor Who spatula. Okay. I have my Doctor Who applicator. I'm going to have the Doctor Who slippers. I'm going to have. I've been buying the little things. They're like $10 each. It's like, you know, I spend like I don't know how much on Doctor Who.
It's like the way you are with Doctor Who is like how I am with Star Wars. You know, like Star Wars. I've gone out and spent thousands of dollars on collectibles. I got Star Wars tattoo on my leg the other week.
Right.
You know?
So I'm going to be in the Doctor. I'm going to be a big part of the Doctor Who community for many years to come.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere. So, and it's because I love Doctor Who, you know. So, and the show is going to go on too. The Whovians cast is we're going to go into 2015 strong. We're going to eventually get this website together, which I have the rights to domain name.
Yeah, how's that going?
Well, it's the thing where, you know, it's money. It's I want to do book 12, you know, because that's my thing in my personal life. And at the same time, I want to do the websites, not just one site, websites, because I'm crazy. But you can't do everything. And then it's moving, and the move costs me thousands, and Christmas, and, you know, all this stuff that's happening. And then it's just craziness. So I really want book 12. I want to throw everything into my next book, and you know, we're going to have to wait a little bit for the websites, unfortunately. But I can't do both, and that's what I really want to do because
it's always about money. That's the thing. Because I've got my production company now. Like us on Facebook, the Gold. Like us, but stuff. You know, you've got to pay to promote your Facebook stuff if you actually want anything out there. Like, if you want people
I had to spend $1,800 just for 2 full-page ads with my books that time. So like I you know, not only is it just creating a book, but it's like spending the money for it, like, and the advertising and the newspaper articles and everything else. You can't just release a book. You gotta like, and to me, I love doing it. The only reason why things didn't happen as frequently, because I was popping books out, if you remember. The moment
you were popping it was like a book every freaking month. It's like what?
It was every couple of months there was a book. But the moment
you didn't even read the last one before the next one comes out.
I am up to book 12. Okay, and it's not even 5 years yet. And the
you haven't released any in a while, though, have you?
Well, I did. See, here's the thing. Hurricane Sandy kicked me on my ass.
Because you would go, and then that hurricane happened, and you were like,
the moment that hurricane happened and I lost my car and everything, it was, Promise Dream was released 2 months later because the publisher had it. And I said to myself, I got to get out of this depression with this hurricane. I got to put it out. And I put it out. And then Paradise's Life was announced like way early. I mean, I did a podcast, a micro podcast about my book signing with my friends, and it wasn't released until just this past May. Okay, and they were sitting on that too because I just wasn't, you know, wasn't there. And the sequel to that is just I gotta get it out because I feel when I don't put out, that's my passion. And my sons are bugging me. Get your sci-fi book out, Dad. Stop it with this. Because they want me to just do my sci-fi, which I have to get the other stuff out first. And then I'll do my sci-fi, but it's related. So the books are connected with the sci-fi now. So, but it's not just poetry. It's action. It's sci-fi. My books now, it's connected to the sci-fi universe there. So I've been seeping it in. So building up the characters a little bit in the books, and then they get their main focus in my sci-fi, but future factor. But it's just, you know, I love Doctor Who. Now Doctor Who is off the air, okay? We're going to have like 9-10 months without Doctor Who. What is it going to be, 8 months, 9 months without Doctor Who?
September, I say, 9 months.
So it's time to do a book. It's time, I mean, Real Whovians Kiss, I'm still going to do the podcast, Real Whovians Cast, the Everything Show, the Horror Cast. You know, we're going to do all my shows still. I'm still going to do...
It's funny how a TV show that's on for 1 hour a week can just control your life. Like, it's 3 months, isn't it?
And Walking Dead's back in February.
And Game of Thrones is back in April.
And I haven't seen American Horror Story Freak Show. I just haven't been into it. I got to watch it.
Just wait. Yeah, just wait till the season's over and watch the whole lot.
That's what I'll do. I'll do like a, you know.
There's not too much on TV that's going on now that I'm watching. That's why I'm watching Entourage and Sopranos, because I'm catching up on old stuff.
It's good for us as Whovians to talk about what we're going to do now that Doctor's off the air. Because, I don't think we really do that in the community. I don't think that we really tell too much about ourselves, besides Doctor Who. Like, we are loyal fans. I'll be looking for every news there is and trying to do a cast, as often. I mean, it's not going to be every other day, but I'll still be trying to do Real Whovians cast as much as possible and do my book at the same time and work at my full-time job. So I like keeping busy, and that's what I'm going to be doing. And yes, what's that?
Is that still the office job that you had a couple of years?
Well, it's actually I'm still a office manager of this medical practice, and I'm also a mall representative. So I have two jobs, within the same area because I'm in a mall. So I love my job, and I love dealing with patients, and I love being part of the surgeries and getting working with these insurance companies and many different people. I'm a people person. And I also love working as like helping people in the mall to buy properties and having new people come in and do things for the mall. And
so it sounds like better money than what it was.
Better, but I love my jobs. I love my jobs.
Yeah.
I can actually say I go to work and I'm happy. And it's just all my different worlds coming together. You have my work, then you have my YouTube world here. You have my book author aspect. I want to get that back going when I'm doing book signings again. Exciting.
Yeah, no.
I want to be doing multiple state signings. I mean, and eventually these worlds are going to collide with each other, and that's going to get crazy. I mean, where it's going to be one or the other, I'm sure, at some point in time. And then we'll see. But,
like a shared Marvel universe, the crossovers.
Well, not like Secret Wars, where they're going to have Secret Wars 3 with the multiverse battling each other. But, no, but I mean, yeah, eventually things are going to happen where one of these things are going to take off.
Yeah.
And then the other ones are going to be of a lesser capacity. I don't think I ever...
It's good to have your passion as your hobby, because what I'm doing at uni next year, that double...
Yeah. While Doctor was off the air, I'm into my characters and my story and show running my book project. I'm not like Margaret, but
it's like that one thing. It's like you take off me, you've got that other job that's there that you're always working at. That the bigger goal,
right? And it's also other things too. Like I am happier than I've ever been with the most beautiful girl in the world, Sharon. I love her. And we're going to evolve, and different things are going to happen with that too. So it's just one big, amazing adventure to look forward to.
Yeah.
In
that's
2015.
That's the life.
That's
and
life.
We're going to end next year with what we've...
I lost you. What happened?
I said next year we're going to finish it all off with what we've all been waiting for, Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Yes. Yes. Tons of everything shows on Star Wars. And hopefully we'll get to see, some people were upset that they missed the 500th episode of the Real Whovians cast. Well, if I keep popping up...
It's going to be the 600 before you know it.
It probably will be the 600th one in January.
We're going to be on the 1000s. I remember I was talking on like Real Whovians Cast 1. What are we on now? Like 500?
This is 509 actually.
Because I remember I might have been 3 or 4. Because I remember you invited me to number 1, but I just wasn't around because I was doing something else.
Right, you were like 2 or 3. No, I think you were 3 with like spotlight on it. Like,
was that 3? Yeah.
It might have been like 3. Yeah.
I was around then, because I remember we were doing Whovians casts together, like
we did. I was like Old Docs Whovians podcast.
Yeah, that's.
And then when that, and then
2 in 1, Who in 1 or something.
Yeah,
Is that it?
and then Who Knows Who, right? And then I
I
have
think
a
I've still got
couple
them. I
episodes
think
on
I've
my
still got
channel.
them on my computer.
No, I have a couple on my channel that like he allowed me to do some on my channel. I
No,
did it
but I
with
think
him.
I've actually
But yeah,
got like the original file of me and you talking on like Who and One.
I remember we did so many, and they're like
Yeah.
they wanted to like old Doc wanted different people. You want me? I did too many.
Yeah,
Remember
it's
that?
like you have done like 3 Who and Ones in 1 week, I think, so we shouldn't do any more. And it's
Yeah.
like, okay. I think I was like 15 back then. This is like
I think,
ages ago.
right?
Like,
And then everybody, went off and did their own thing, and they created their own shows. And when the Whovians podcast disbanded, I just created the Whovians cast. So, but it was just,
2007, that's when I started doing videos, like 2012, I think it was.
right.
And now it's
And
like 2015 in a few days. It's like, where's the time gone? It's like 2 whole
we're up to
years.
episode 509 for credit life. Yeah. And the Real Whovians cast.
That's your fault for popping out 27 episodes a day.
Well, no, it's not like it used to be, but there will be more Real Whovians cast. I know somebody 3 weeks ago is trying to make money off of my face, where it says the Real Whovians cast are dead T-shirts. Good luck with that one. But,
I don't even think that many people know who the Real Whovians cast are.
I don't think so. They don't even. Yeah, it's not to that stage yet. But I hope you do make some money from that. But God bless you. But the show is not going anywhere. Okay, we had so many members over the years, and we have new members all the time. So. It's my passion, and it's going to be around it. And we have a lot of members. The only problem is a lot of members, they can't be around at the same time. So it's different dynamic now. But the show is going to continue. The Everything show is going to continue. The Real Walking cast is going to continue. Horror cast. I mean, and plus I'm going to have a new show, which I'm trying to nail down the title. I don't want it to be some stupid title, but so the YouTube channel is going to continue as I go for my 1,000 subscribers and different things. So, a different level, going up another tier with the YouTube partnership. So it's still growing. I mean, it's not stopped growing. So that's it. And then hopefully Doctor Who is still on the air.
Yeah, I don't think it's going anywhere for a while.
I hope it stays, yeah.
I hope they reboot it. There you go, Whovians. Cop that one.
They won't like that. No.
Oh, no. Wait for the...
There's a lot of new podcast shows now.
Rebate Doctor.
But I like that, though. I like that a lot of people have their own shows, though. Because back in the day, I was getting my ass kicked, excuse my language, because nobody knew what Doctor Who was, and I was getting beat up because I'm like, I'm the only one that knew what the hell I was talking about with my making my own little TARDIS and stuff like that. And people are thinking I'm like
the dorky Italian kid at school who likes Doctor Who.
And I got beat up, just like Moffat got beat up. I got beat up too, yeah.
Oh, Moffat's a bloody arsehole. I'd beat Moffat up if I could.
But now I love it that everybody has podcasts. Even people like Gloria has her own show too. I don't know if you met Gloria. I think you might have met Gloria. She has TARDIS Dreamers, and they have a lot of people have their own shows now, which is cool. The New Who Review, a lot of cool shows out there. So
I've got to get back to my shows eventually. I'll pop up.
I think so.
Yeah.
Nerdtopia, iTunes
podcast though. I won't do YouTube podcasting. I think I'll do just voice.
Yeah.
But now I've figured out, because this microphone that I've got here, this is what I use for my short films and my stuff. Because it goes real high, because it's something, I don't know, it cost me a few $100, but it's a real good mic. But I realised I can plug it into my computer. I literally figured that out 2 minutes before you called me. I was like, oh, this plugs right into my mic port and it works. So I was like, sweet.
Okay.
So now
you sound pretty clear, dude. I mean,
Yeah, well, considering.
Well, how have you been? How have you been? You've been doing a lot of things with school, right? You hear me?
That was a headache. That was just, yeah.
You're not out of school, right?
Yeah.
Now you're on vacation? You done with school for a little while, or?
Oh, permanently, properly. until uni starts, which is like, I think that's March, so I've just got a few months off.
Right. Okay.
Just I'm working and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Just doing, yeah.
So we'll get you as much as we can on here until March
Yeah, I guess
starts,
so.
and then you'll be gone for a while. Yeah.
I've got a new setup in here. I got a new desk and stuff.
Okay.
So it's nice. Yeah, I got to get a few things though. I've still got to go buy myself a laptop and whatnot, so I can do stuff on the go.
I want that GoPro thing, like we were talking about that before.
Yeah, no, it's real good. I went down the creek and
I can't do that right now because I'm trying to. This is going to be an expense if I do it with the next book, but
yeah.
There's a lot of things I just got on the table that I got. Eventually, I want to get a car. Would be nice. You know, walking everywhere and public transportation, and you would think I would get a car before I do another book. I would think.
Yeah.
Maybe that will happen.
Well, I'm supposed to be driving a car off a cliff for a little movie thing I'm doing, so that's.
Oh.
I'll send it to you in the mail if you want that.
Odds are Joe's going to have a car before I do, because he's getting his license like very soon.
But no, we've got like a setup. We've got a few GoPros, and then we've got my new camera and that.
You're actually going to drive? What are you going to do? You're not going to actually drive the thing over a cliff.
Well, I'm not going to be in it. There's going to be something in it. We're going to put a mannequin in it with like a brick on the accelerator, and then just kind of fly it off a cliff. And then it's going to be, what a film that will be. That's coming up. I'm not spoiling that. I'll talk to you about that on something else.
Make sure that GoPro survives that.
Oh, the GoPro, she would survive anything. I threw her off a 10-foot building and she was alright.
Did you?
Well, it wasn't 10 feet. That's pretty small. I'm about 10 feet.
But see, the thing is, like, yeah, I think I'm gonna hold off. You're not gonna see me with this big friggin' sound studio thing. I'm not doing that. When I get a house, I'll do that stuff. But I'll hold off on the cameras and the microphones, and I'm just gonna throw my energy into a new book and websites and stuff. That's what I'm gonna do pretty much. I mean, Real Whovians Cast. Maybe I could do. I don't know if I could do both. I really want to get the Real Whovians Cast thing launched. Website where you can.
Are you doing holidays now from work?
It actually could happen early 2015. The website. I have this awesome designer who is also a Whovian, and she's going to come on the show.
No, I said to you. I said to you on holidays now from work.
Oh, I'm on vacation until Monday. Monday I go back. I've been on vacation.
Isn't Monday tomorrow?
No, tomorrow is Sunday.
Oh, is it Saturday still there? Oh.
Yeah, you're in a different time zone.
Yeah, it's like 4 in the afternoon on Sunday.
Yeah, right now it's Saturday night at 11:51. So.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, so I'll be Sunday tomorrow.
Did you want to do our 2014 movie recap while you've still got me?
You want to do the everything show? Yeah, you want to list the movies?
I think I've got my list on my computer of my movies this year that I've watched, and I've reviewed them. We'll do a quick recap on there if you want.
All right, guys. I'm gonna do another show with Hayden. Take care.
I'll see you in a year with my review of Doctor Who Series 9.
Yes.
If I watch it.
I know. Take care. Bye for now.